Let's go ahead and get started, guys. Number one, what is upwelling and what causes it? Okay, let me go down. I'm going to get the door while we're at it. Hold on. Number two, how does Earth wobble impact climate? And number three, Earth orbits the sun in what shape? What shape? If you want to get some credit for that, answer in the chat. If not, I'll help you out. 1 second. Okay, so it's probably easier to hear me without the mask now that I know there's no students in person today. All right, so number one, let's go ahead and check that out, guys. Upwelling, I think it was about some of yesterday's stuff, so maybe a little more difficult to remember since the session got logged off from the internet. But we've got the cold water from deeper in the ocean is risen up to the surface. Why? Because La Nina, as we remember, has strong winds. And those winds are going to push that warm water off to the side, and the cold water from the deep parts of the ocean are going to rise on up. That makes it drier because cold water does not evaporate. Number two, let me go ahead and find my presentation here. I'm trying to look for it. Okay, how does Earth's wobble impact climate? We all know the tilt causes the seasons, but the wobble is going to reverse the seasons. Every 20,000 or so years, we see, again, the winter months switch with the summer months of both hemispheres, the north and south. And then lastly, we need to know what is the shape of the Earth's orbit around the sun. It is not going to be an oval or a circle. It's going to be, this is called an ellipse. We call that an elliptical or an ellipse. Keep that in mind for that. Okay. We are not going to have review questions because we're going to play a review game at the end, guys, just so you guys know. But yeah, elliptical or ellipse. So give you guys a moment to take a picture of that if you like to take your time. And we'll move on here in a second. The table of contents is fully up to date from yesterday. Again, in case you weren't here the other day, I did go over, I think we had the 4 human-caused climate change scenarios, right? So we had waste material, we had the power and industry, right? So how we get rid of trash, power and industry, I believe was like energy. And next we'll have deforestation and transportation today. Deforestation and transportation today. Okay, let's move on to that then. If you guys could, again, let me show this to you again here. I'm gonna stop share, hold on. All right, so again, just so you guys can see this, we set this up. We had the 4 ways that humans cause climate change. So there were 4 categories. It's in the YouTube video where you can pause it and get the whole writing down. But we had problems and solutions for each one. We did waste as a problem, and we looked at power and industry as a problem, right? So waste, we talked about trash, polluting ocean, garbage patches, and the ocean a lot, plastic, recycling is a solution. And then power and industry, we got into how gas and fossil fuels are the main use of energy. We need more reliable, non-renewable, and cleaner sources of energy like wind, water, and solar, which is the sun, right? So we're going to go ahead and do the bottom 2 today. So we're going to talk about deforestation. Obviously, deforestation is when we cut down trees. So let's go ahead and take a look at our problem with that. Okay, so for deforestation, our problem is going to be the removal of trees from a forest without replanting. Okay, and then we've got, and again, feel free to take pictures, guys, if you want to get this and go at a slower pace. And then also for the problem section of deforestation, for the problem area, right? We've got erosion, right? So what happens when you remove these trees from the ground? And there's a lot of reasons humans do this. We use trees for paper. We want to build more neighborhoods. We want to build area for farming. They cut down all these trees, right? Well, that loosens up the soil. And when it rains, all that fertile topsoil gets removed, and all that's left over is the clay that isn't rich in nutrients. Not only that, but that's going to cause mud and landslides. So big problem. Also, what loves trees? Animals. So you get rid of habitat, and you can cause a lot of animals to go extinct. So mass extinction. Also for solution then, we need to selectively cut down trees. So we got to be smart about the way we cut trees, and also make sure to always replant those trees once we've cut them down. So that is the solution for deforestation. Solution for deforestation. Give you guys a moment. Let me double check. I think I got some new people who joined us, and I got, let's see. Let me take attendance. Let's see. I got Yorkies join us. Yorkies and Diego. Let me go ahead and update my attendance with that then. Okay. One moment, and we're going to start our video here in a second. Again, I will be taking attendance again later. Oh, wrong class. Okay, let's see. I've got Diego. And got your keys. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out our video that gives us a great explanation and visual for how serious the deforestation problem is. And then we'll have one more category, guys, and then we will go ahead and start our review game and call it a day. Okay, here we go. Deforestation 101. And let me make sure I've got the sound turned on for this. Yep, sound's turned on. Okay.
About 30%. Forests cover about 30% of the planet, and the ecosystems they create play an essential role in supporting life on Earth. But deforestation is clearing Earth's forests on a massive scale, and at the current rate of destruction, the world's rainforests could completely disappear within 100 years. Why should we care about deforestation? Together, forestry and agriculture are responsible for 24% of greenhouse gas emissions, making deforestation a significant contributor to climate change. Deforestation impacts the amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere in two ways. First, when trees are felled, they release the carbon they are storing into the atmosphere. Second, trees play a critical role in absorbing the greenhouse gases that fuel global warming. Fewer forests mean larger amounts of greenhouse gases entering the atmosphere, and increased speed and severity of global warming. In addition to helping regulate the Earth's climate, forests provide habitats for over 80% of the plants and animals that live on land. But deforestation destroys these habitats, diminishing biodiversity.
A lot of animals impacted.
Some estimate that 4,000 to 6,000 rainforest species go extinct each year.
Really sad.
This also affects the more than 2 billion people who rely on forests as sources of food and shelter. The biggest driver of deforestation is agriculture. Farmers chop down trees in order to plant crops like soybeans, palm trees, and cocoa, or to make room to raise livestock for beef. Logging operations, which provide the world's wood and paper products, also cut countless trees each year. Forests are also destroyed as a result of growing urban sprawl as land is developed for dwellings. The effects of deforestation are grave, but not irreversible. Efforts such as managing forest resources, eliminating clear-cutting, and planting new trees to replace those removed are already being made to reduce deforestation's environmental impact on our planet.
All right, so we can see there. Oh, wait, hold on.
While some plant and animal species are gone forever, combating deforestation can help prevent further loss of biodiversity.
As you can see there, it really affects animals. Really sad scenario. We get rid of 80% of all animals on Earth live on trees or live within a tree environment. So they are crucial for our environment and crucial for our planet because they give us a lot of oxygen and help clean our air. We need trees. Trees are good for our planet and good for us. Let's now move on to our last category, transportation. We'll skip that. What's bad about transportation? Obviously, well, it's the number one mode of transportation are cars, okay? And how are cars bad for the environment? Well, the car exhaust that comes out of the engines and the tailpipes. Okay, this stuff is going to be released as people sit in traffic in massive amounts in the atmosphere, and it's going to, again, trap heat from the sun. The sun's activity has actually gotten a little lower recently, and the planet keeps getting hotter. Why? Because of us, because we keep releasing more and more gases into the atmosphere. Okay, this also can cause what's called smog. It's like fog, but it's got like polluted smoke within the fog, and that's bad because that can get us sick. It can weaken our airways and our immune system. So again, a big problem in big cities like, for example, Los Angeles, because there's a lot of people driving to work in those widespread cities, sitting in traffic. New York City is a little better than Los Angeles in regards to this problem because I think most people in New York City actually ride the subway. They don't drive a car to work. And then look at the solution. Obviously, is other ways of transportation like electric cars, right? Higher efficiency vehicles. And then we've got carpooling and maybe using buses. Okay, so these are ways we can get less gas usage, less emissions with more people in one mode of transportation. Okay, so a more efficient way of using our transportation and gas emissions. Let's take a look. I found a cool video of what the future of public transportation might look like. They've got these new busing systems that they want to implement that look like spaceships, and they're able now in the future. Most cars will be automated. That means you're going to get in your car and press a button, and it will literally drive you to work or drive you where you want to go. I think Teslas are actually already getting to that point where they're doing this, but it's a limited, brand new technology. But once they perfect it, I believe there will be Wi-Fi connected to all roads and all cars, and these cars will, on their own, drive these roads safely at safe limits, and they're going to be able to identify the cars around them so that they never get in wrecks. So there's also a busing system with these spaceship buses that are going to be able to move on railways and move over cars to prevent and ease traffic more easily. Let's take a look at what that might look like here in the next 10, 20 years. Pretty cool stuff. As you can see, these buses are using these railways. All the cars are not crashing because they're automated vehicles that recognize that they're near other vehicles. And they do not stop. They're just going to go over all the smaller vehicles. Imagine driving, you got the spaceship was flying over you. Oh, and if they want to get lower, these bridges, they can. This. So from what I can tell, it looks like there's a lot more seating room on these buses, more space, and also more movement. You don't stop in any traffic. You're just going over all of it, right? So that saves a lot of time. Probably gets a lot of people out of cars and using these instead as well. So very cool, very cool. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and let's play our review game. Okay, again, just use your first name as you log in. Do your best because a lot of these questions will be on your online test after spring break. Okay, I don't want any, just again, keep things just your first name. That way I can award points to the right people. Everybody who logs in will get a bonus points added. But my top three, or I'll say we got a lot of people here today. So I'll say top 5 will be awarded the double and then the triple bonus for the top 3. Okay, let me unload this up real quick. Oh, got a question? Oh, I think someone's using their phone, right? Spring break is actually after today. Guys, no online school after today till like the following Monday. So all of next week, no online school. All of next week. Spring break officially starts here after 7th period today. Okay, do your best because a lot of these questions will could be on your online test.